Hi, this is Jeff with Lock Connection. Today I'm going to show you how to sync this Bluetooth and RFID lock to your phone. This is a CL-01-BT. So when you first get it, nothing will be programmed to this lock at all. So these steps have to be followed. You have to program something to the lock. Otherwise, if you put this striker in here, it's going to be locked forever. So make sure you program it before you install it. You'll get the lock body, the striker. You're going to get some mounting template. You're going to get generic instructions. It's going to have a QR code on it that when you scan it, it'll come right to this video so you know how to program everything. You will get 1 user card and 2 blue fobs. So the first thing you're going to have to do is actually download this app, TT Lock app. So this is what it looks like, a little blue hand with a key inside of it. Once you download it, create a username and password. Just remember those items if your phone doesn't automatically save it, because you will need that information. So when you click on it and open the app, it's going to bring you to this screen. You're going to click right there and click right here, add lock. You're going to click on all locks. So what it's doing is searching for all locks. So as you can see, right here's the lock, but it says, hey, we didn't find it. Restart your Bluetooth. There's 2 different things. Well, one thing that's going on. This lock has sleep mode, so when nothing's close to it or connected to it, it's sleeping to save on batteries. So either scan a fob to wake it up, which it did right there, or I could hit restart Bluetooth, which would restart this and it would automatically wake this up. So it's right there. I'm going to hit the plus sign. So this is the lock, and you'll see that it failed there. So it beeped once, indicating that it programmed to it. I should also mention that part number, or the number there for the lock, it does not show that anywhere on this lock. So if you have 2 or 3 locks to do one, do them individually. That way you know which lock it's connected to. This app will only pull up the locks that are able to connect with the TT Lock app. So it says paired successfully, please assign a name. So you can call this lock whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it lock. Okay, then hit OK. So the lock is now connected to it. Sometimes the first time you push this button to open it, sometimes the first time you do it, it takes a little second to reconnect everything. So a couple things I'll go over later. You hear this make a beep when it opens, and you hear this make a doorbell sound. I'm going to show you how to eliminate both of those sounds if you want to, and kind of go from there. So also these take 4 AAA batteries. I already have those in there. Okay, so now the lock is programmed to the phone. The phone is actually considered the manager of the lock. So I can add cards. So all I did here was hit the cards button. Add card. And for when it says add card, you can, that either means cards, fobs, whatever 13.56 megahertz product you want to add to it, you can add to it. So you can call these something too. I'll just call this one card. Hit OK. So it's going to say connecting to the lock, please wait. If it says operation failed, it's because the lock actually went to sleep. If you just scan it once, typically it will wake up and connect to the lock. So you heard it there, just connected to it. It says connect this next to the lock. It will beep once and it programs it to the lock and it's on your phone. If you wait too long, it's going to shut off. You're going to have to redo that. So I'm going to add another card. I'm actually going to add one of this fob. So I'm just going to call this fob. We'll let it go. Once again, if it says operation failed, that's because it needs to wake up. So wake it up, hit OK again. Try again. I might have to use this card at this point. Okay, there it is. I don't know why it took a couple times. I guess that time I hit OK, then I tried to wake it up. So anyway, it connected to the lock. It added the fob, and I'm going to try and add the other one. I'll just call this one 2. So this is the second fob. It's not connected to it. I just want to see if it is still awake. It is, so it says connect it next to the card. And it added number 2. So now I have 3 items connected to this lock. You can see the little pin in there move. The card also works. Now, couple things I'll show on here. So once you have everything set, you can go to settings. A couple things you can do in here. The auto lock. So this auto, when I scan it, it opens. 5 seconds later it locks. I can change that time, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 60 seconds, or I can make my own thing. I'm just going to let it at 5 seconds. You can also turn off the sound of this lock. So there's the lock sound. I can shut that off, save. So once it says successfully, you can see when I scan it now, the lock will not make any sounds at all. When I scan it, no beeping. There's not many other things you can do in here. This is where you would actually delete the entire lock. So if I would delete it, it's going to say delete this lock. I'm going to say yes, delete it, and it's going to ask for my password here. Once I put my password in, it'll delete the lock from the phone, and it'll delete all the user cards, anything associated with that lock. So if I want to re-add it, I can re-add it and call it something else or anything like that. I'm not going to delete it though. The other thing is, if you go to basics, it's going to show you the lock number. It's going to say what you called it, so which lock I'm connected to right now. I can, it's permanent, so I'm always connected to it. I can always turn it on and off. The battery life is 100%. And that's pretty much all that you can see on here. So and you'll see when I come back here, it shows if I had 2 locks on here, it would show another lock on here too. It would give me the option of selecting the lock I wanted to select. So now, because when I open it with the Bluetooth app, and hopefully it works here, it still makes that doorbell sound. This didn't make any sound because I shut the sound off, but this makes doorbell sound. To get rid of that, you actually have to go into the app on your phone and shut off the notification. So to do that, swipe down, go into settings, scroll down to apps, and I have a whole bunch on here. So here's a TT Lock app. Open that up. So right now you can see notifications are allowed. If I open that up, I can shut off notifications and go back. And we're just going to go back into the app. And we're going to see, I might have to shut it down and restart it, but when it opens it, these issues that you're seeing on here is because of my phone does not have service on it. So if the Wi-Fi signal changes a little bit, it causes issues on this phone. Okay, so it still makes that sound. I just want to go back and see if it saved it or if it didn't save it. But that is how you shut it off. It is blocked. I guess I can remove the microphone. In order to get this to work, I might have to shut the app and restart it. So let's try that. See if it works. Nope, so let's look at another thing. No door sensor. Well, that's how I did it on the phone that I'm actually recording on. That's how I removed all the sound. Like I said, this phone is just an old S10, and I just use it whenever I'm trying to do videos. So, but that is how you remove the sound, so it would not go on. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. You can always check us out online, lockconnection.net. And that's it. Thank you for watching.